Definition of trust for me is the ability to walk down a busy street, stop in your tracks, fall in any direction, and one of your colleagues, acrobatic friends, are going to be there to catch you.
A definition of trust is a tricky thing within the nature of what we do, because there's the pure physical side of it. Yes, you've got my neck, literally, but the other thing is, yes, you've got my ego, you've got my my pride, you've got you're going to keep me safe emotionally in this situation that we find ourselves in.
Trust in circus is trusting somebody else to catch me, and then also trusting myself to believe in myself.
The simplest way I think I could say is that sense that someone's got your back.
It's that ever-changing thing that says, doesn't matter where I sit on that scale of life, you're going to be there to actually tip the scales into a balance again. It's counterbalance. Weightlessness. Finding that moment, that place where it's light for both of us, and all of a sudden it becomes effortless.
Trust is essential. Like, you need to trust yourself, your crew, your equipment, and then you also just need to trust that you're making the right decisions.
Building up trust in big groups is something that you have to work on all the time, because it's really about the dynamic of the people that you're working with. And so small things can really tip something over the edge.
You can work with a lot of people, but those people that you choose to work with a lot, you do have to have a certain chemistry.
When I moved into a professional circus career, I think it becomes very clear who you will and won't work with. And that trust is often developed just on a first meeting.
And then there's also time. I mean, Nick and I have worked together for 14 years, and when you spend so much time with a person, not only in their company, but also because of the nature of our work, you're climbing all over each other all the time. You start to breathe together, you start to move together.
That's something that I really love about circus. It's all about the people, it's all about the trust, it's all about working collectively. The friendship is just as important as the training, just as important as how you respect each other in the room. There's some people that you can build that relationship with, other people I just don't feel comfortable, I'm not going to let myself go there, especially for the sort of things that I do in the circus, which is all about relying on someone to throw me in the air and then catch me.
I had to learn how to trust others. I'm predominantly a bass, so as a bass, you have people standing on top of you, and you are the bearer of that person's weight, and then there's the flyer on top, and I had to learn to be a flyer. And I had big trust issues with that. I don't like relying on other people to carry me. I don't hold myself very well. I'm fearful of hurting those other people. It took a couple of falls for me to realise that you just have to trust that base, and they have you. If you don't, then you hurt two people, and that's not good.
Sometimes there are people you don't trust, and sometimes there are people you don't like, but you do trust. So it's a weird paradox, because you're like, okay, I don't like this person, but I know if anything goes wrong, they'll be there.
With the group that I currently work with, I work with my life partner in the circus, and so we are always having our little challenges of, how we trust each other and how we don't. But as soon as we're on the training floor, it's 100%, everybody there I know I have to trust, and so that's what I'll do.
I haven't experienced a lack of trust personally. I've seen it though firsthand, and it is quite scary. You need to know that your bearer, your base, is going to be there for you, and as a base, you need to know that your flyer is in tune with you. There's too much to risk. I mean, human bodies are pretty fragile, and the acrobatics that we push ourselves to do is high end, and you just don't want to screw any of that up. And that can be done simply if the trust isn't there.
It's really important as a base that you look after your flyer. That's your responsibility, and if you're a flyer, it's really important that you allow your base to balance you and to look after you. And sometimes I think when people are beginning, they cannot be serious about that responsibility.
There's been twice in Ali and my working relationship where we've had small accidents, and they've been through lack of communication. That happened once, and Ali landed on the ground. It was not pretty. And after that, it took a little while. It was interesting to see how much that affected Ali in that particular move, because it's something that had taken us quite a long time to actually develop. And it's seriously a trust issue. It's where we do a lot of popping. And Ali's on my feet, and I throw her up in the air. But I think how we got over that was really, we both rationalised the notions of it being due to communication, and that it wasn't actually a trust issue between us, and that we actually just had to concentrate more on clarity.
If we have a fall, we always work on the motto that it's never deliberate. You never blame somebody else. If somebody gets injured, if somebody gets hurt, if somebody hits the floor, everybody looks after you. We talk about what went on, except nobody's at fault, and then we move on.
I know that Nick will actually pretty much do whatever he can to save me.
I will
but he
throw
will-
my body underneath you.
I will be so soft like a crash mat.
I will
Yeah.
get there for you, Ali.
And then I'll be in trouble later.
Yeah.